Wonderful. I will now request the Acting Chief Executive Officer to read the recommendations from closed meeting. Over to you, Mr. Maunder.
Do you want me to answer
You have the floor
question?
with regard to council. Oh, please do. Yes.
So the question related to an update on the discussions in regards to the greyhounds. We've engaged a probity officer to provide us with advice as to the process that we need to follow in those discussions. They were appointed this week and have put together a probity plan. It has to follow due process, as you can appreciate. So we're at that point now to take that advice of the probity advisor, and we'll communicate that through to the greyhounds as to how we can proceed on that. We have had a number of discussions with them, and we've gotten to this point now that we need to engage that advice and direction before we can take it any further.
A question on that, Mr. Chair. When do we expect the report to come back from the probity officer? I find it quite strange that we do actually do all this, because we've given land to the
Councillor Duffy.
organisation.
Councillor Duffy, you've asked a question to the CEO. Let him answer it. Let the CEO.
The probity officer was appointed this week. They've said they're preparing the plan. I can get you an update, Councillor, on when we'll have that.
All moving in the right direction. Councillor Milletta.
Just a question with regards to the probity report. Idea on the cost of that?
I don't. $8,000 it was, Councillor.
8,000, thank you.
Righty. I'd like to enlighten us on what we just dealt with in closed.
Resolutions from the closed meeting, Mr. Chair. There's a few councillors, so bear with me. 6.1 Western Water Strategy Memorandum of Understanding, and the resolution of council was that Orange Council partner with Centennial by entering into a Memorandum of Understanding, open brackets, draft attachment 1 to the report, close brackets, for the Western Water Strategy project. And number 2, grant authority to affix the council seal on any document as required. Item 6.2, tender for the design and construction of the Glenroy Skate Park. Council resolved that 1, the tender F3540-4 for the design and construction of the Glenroy Skate Park be awarded to Haley Constructions Proprietary Limited for their tendered price of $429,846.51, excluding GST. And 2, that permission be granted for the use of the council seal on any relevant documents as required. Matter 6.3, item 6.3 rather, road closure application, part Cottonwood Way, Orange. Council resolved 1, to advertise the proposed road closure in accordance with requirements of the Crown Land Management Act. 2, the council's chief executive officer be given delegation to finalise termination for the road closure of part Cottonwood Way, Orange, post-exhibition. And 3, to grant approval for the use of council seal on any necessary documentation. Item 6.4, road closure application, part road reserve, Yackaburn Place, Orange. Council resolved 1, to advertise the proposed road closure in accordance with the requirements of the Crown Land Management Act. 2, the council's chief executive officer be given delegation to finalise the sale of the land closure, sale of the road closure. Finalise the sale of the road closure of part Yackaburn Place, Orange, post-exhibition. And 3, to grant approval for the use of the council seal on any necessary documentation. (6.5) Minutes of the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee meeting 28 February 2023. Council resolved 1, that council acknowledge the reports presented to the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee at its meeting held 28 February 2023. 2, that council determine recommendation 4.5 and 4.20 from the minutes of the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee of 28 February 2023. 4.51, that strategic policy ST15 risk management be placed on public exhibition for a period of 28 days. It just says day, but I said days. 4.52, the council approves the risk appetite statements as endorsed by ARIC, which is the Audit Risk Improvement Committee. 4.20, the council acknowledged the ARIC annual report for the year ending 31 December 2022. And 3, that the remainder of the minutes of the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee at its meeting held on 28 February 2023 be adopted. Item 6.6, submission redactions, 4 April 2023. Council resolved that the information in this report be acknowledged.
Thank you, Mr. Maunder. That brings us to a close. Thank you, councillors. We can go till 10 o'clock.